All right, so today I have Princess Cookie, and she's from Houston, Texas. How are you doing today, Princess Cookie?
I'm fine. I got my coffee, so I'm good.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
great.
Yes, ma'am. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Nope, you already did that for me. I'm from Houston, Texas, and my name is Princess Cookie. So,
Yes, ma'am. Where can people find you at on social media?
you can find me on Instagram at X Princess Cookie. You can find me on YouTube. Is the amazing Princess Cookie. You can find me on Snapchat, which is cutie pie underscore cookie. And I think that's it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right, Princess Cookie. My first
Okay.
question for you is,
hmm
what's your zodiac sign?
I am the first zodiac sign of them all. So I am a Aries. I am God of War, and I'm definitely everything about an Aries.
What do they say about Aries?
Oh, good or bad?
You can say both or either one, whatever you prefer.
Either whatever they considered an Aries. Aries are strong minded. We're very optimist. We're very love. When we love hard, we love deep. We're very caring, giving. Everything is a competition with us, of course. We're God of War. Everything we feel like certain tones and stuff, you are attacking us because of your tone, because we're God of War. So we're ready for war at any moment. So, everything about the Aries is it's me.
Yes, ma'am. My next question for you, Princess Cookie, is what's your favorite color?
My favorite color. My favorite color in general is pink, of course. I've been loving pink since a little girl. I never grew out of some of my little girl habits. So I would have to say my favorite color is pink. But certain things I prefer not to have in pink, but pink is my favorite color,
Yes,
if that
ma'am.
makes sense.
Absolutely. That makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Do you have a favorite number?
Not really a favorite number. Um, I would say two, five, and probably seven. So I really don't have a favorite. Those are or three. Three is another number. I two, three, five, and seven, which are like our prime numbers, pretty much. So
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am. What are your five favorite foods?
Mm, I don't know. Uh, we can say I love steak. I love seafood, so shrimp, snow crabs. Um, I love mashed potatoes. Twice. I mean, I don't know. It's really hard. I never thought of what's my favorite food. So that's a little, you got me on that one because I really don't have a favorite on food. I love food in general.
Yes, ma'am. What are your favorite restaurants to go to?
Um, I wouldn't, I wouldn't say one thing I like out here. We have Brazilian Steakhouse, which is it's very upscale. So if you don't have the money for it, it's very expensive. Um, but I like it. I mean, I've been to better, but that's preferably I prefer to go there if I go out to eat or somewhere.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm a cook. I like to cook, so we try to cook as much as we can.
Ooh, what did you cook last time I seen you? Was it catfish or was it chicken?
I don't remember.
You was frying
I cook
something.
a
You had
lot.
some fries.
Oh, don't tell me. I cook a lot, but I'm trying to stay away from the fried food. That's
Oh, yes, ma'am. Okay, so in that case, what are your five favorite? Okay, if I ever came to Houston, what are five meals that I need to try by Princess Cookie?
by me or just like in general.
Now, by you, what's the best food that you made?
Lasagna would be one. I can fry really good fish and shrimp. Make I mean anything. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I think I can whatever you feel like eating, I can make and you're gonna love it. So. Not trying to brag or anything, but I know me. I know what people tell me. So
Man, you could be my best friend. My favorite food, lasagna. That's my favorite food. That's the
seriously,
first one.
see,
Yeah, for sure,
that's crazy.
for sure. Favorite food. I can eat lasagna every day if I had
Oh, pasta's not good to eat every day, but it is so good.
it.
If you're
Nah,
dieting, pasta's not good to eat every day.
absolutely. What five countries would you like to visit?
Countries. Um, Definitely Africa first. I would have to say I would love to go to Africa. I would love to go to England, I guess. United Kingdom, Mexico. How many is that?
Three, four. United
Uh,
Kingdom, England, Africa, Mexico.
okay, so one more. Probably Canada.
You can say some more if you want, but that's cool. That's cool.
You know.
Yes, ma'am. Um, that's cool. That's cool.
Mhm.
My next question for you is: would you rather go into space or deep sea diving?
Ooh, that's a good one. Space or deep sea driving? Um, I would probably say deep sea diving. Sorry, diving because if anything happened, if anything happened, it's easier for myself to get rescued in the water versus way up there. So I would say, I want to keep it safe. My life is valuable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What are your five favorite animals?
Wow, this is crazy, but I'm an animal lover. My five favorite animals, I would have to say, is I'm into rabbits, dogs, of course. I love ponies, elephants. So I have rabbits, dogs, ponies, elephants, and I wouldn't mind having a tiger or a monkey.
Yes, ma'am. That's cool. Do you currently have any pets?
I had several pets, but not currently. No, I'm still waiting on this one breeder for my dog, and he keeps getting males, and I do not want any more males in my home.
I know
So
that's
I'm
right.
waiting on females.
Yes, ma'am. My
Hmm.
next question for you is: what are your five favorite drinks?
Oh wow. Okay, so non-alcoholic or alcoholic?
You can say both.
Okay, so five of my alcoholic drinks will be martinis, margaritas, Long Island's, Blue MFs, we'll say Hennessy and Coke, Hennessy and orange juice, Patron and whatever, Ciroc and whatever, anything alcohol and whatever, I'm for it. My non-alcoholic drinks will be um you will hear this a lot in Texas, but these are the things that I am not a Texans fan of is sweet tea and Dr. Pepper. Please, Texas people, don't come at me, don't at me. I'm just not a fan of Dr. Pepper and tea, sweet tea. But I love water when I need it, only when I'm dehydrated. But I would say I love cranberry juice, apple juice, orange juice. I don't know. The root beer, I've never liked root beer at all until I had my third child and I was craving it. I never, growing up, I hated the smell of root beer. Root beer floats. I will always do Coke floats. So root beer is like my top now. And I don't really care for sodas, but if I need a soda, root beer is where it's at now.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
My next question for you is: do you like to go shopping?
I love shopping. I will shop till I drop dead, literally, and probably still shop. Shopping is the thing to do. It is. a relaxing moment, like just shopping. What girl does not like to shop? I don't like to shop with my children now, but I love shopping.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Would you rather shop online or in the stores?
Um, to be honest, I would say in the stores. I do shop online as well, but I love to shop in the stores because I like to see and feel the products of anything that I am buying. And I also like to try on things, even though now it's COVID and I have to be in my body weight is just back and forth like a seesaw. It sucks because we cannot try on outfits. But I do prefer to shop in stores.
Yes, ma'am. What are your five favorite stores to shop at?
Whew.
Why you made that face?
Gucci. Gucci, I mean, Forever 21. We'll keep it basic. We're not gonna go up there. We'll keep it basic. Forever 21. Um, Charlotte Rue. I like Charlotte Rue. Victoria's Secret, of course. Pink. Um, oh, I'm into Ross. People are don't sleep on Ross. Let me tell y'all something. Do not sleep on Ross. Ross is the store that have what you need and make it happen. Can make you turn into $1 million. So don't sleep on Ross. The only thing about Ross, I don't like digging, but I mean it's Ross. What else? Mm, I mean, I don't know. Different stores in a mall. Just you know, whatever I see, if I see something I like, I'll try to get it. Not try, but I get it.
Absolutely. All right, so what are some of your upscale stores that you like to go shopping at?
Oh boy, don't do this to me.
It's okay. If you don't want to answer, we can go on to the next
Yeah,
question.
we're not gonna do that. We ain't
Yes,
gonna.
ma'am.
Yeah, cause
We're
it's
gonna
up
leave it
there.
alone. We're
It's
gonna
up
leave it
there.
alone.
It's up there.
That's cool though. That's cool. That's cool. I need to get my ties in order because
Yeah.
I want that to be my first answer one day. What's your Gucci?
Well,
I,
I didn't
I
mean
ain't never walked in those Gucci store before. No.
what man.
Mm,
It's just, I mean, it's blessed. You just got to take your time and don't whatever you do, don't worry about me or anybody else walking into a Gucci store. Just know, because yours is gonna come, and you might not. I know a lot of wealthy people, way wealthier than me, refuse to walk into a Gucci store, or even spend money on Victoria's Secret underwears, and they have. When I say they are very well off, they are very well off. So it's whatever floats your boat. I mean, if you like the finer things, clothing wise, even though it's just material things, we're gonna die one day, and all that is gonna be gone. You know, we can't take that with us. So I mean, don't even worry about that. But if you just stay focused, you'll get there. So.
yes, ma'am. That's cool though. That's cool.
Hmm.
That's cool. That's how you supposed to be. That's how you do
Yeah.
it. My next question for you is, what are your plans for the next 5 years, and what are your plans for the next 10 years?
Wow. Well, my plans, I want to pass I want to be able to be, with how everything is going now, I want to see 10 years. I want to see 30, 40, 50, 60 years. But in my next 5 year, I plan on having my, hopefully and praying that I can continue to have, can continue school and get my master's. I am late with everything because, my children came first and I had to drop out of college a few times, but I plan on having my master. I do have me and my family, me and my husband, we have a truck driving business that, um, it's starting slow, but it's getting back up there. If with COVID, it kicked us back down, but it's only gonna make us stronger 10 times more. So I hope to really have more trucks on the road and do transportation. on items and stuff, and be
Yes,
able
ma'am.
to help have a home, of course, because well, I can get a home now, but I'm not ready for a house because I need to grow up more, and I feel like I know, like, even with my condo apartment, like, I'm already tired of it and I haven't been here a year, so I'm that type of person, like, I don't like being in the same place forever. And when you get a home, you got to be there a couple of years, and I know I'm not ready, have to be exactly what I want. And so I have other things lined up, and then we'll settle on a home. But first, we're trying to do our truck business, and then we just going with the flow, wherever God take us. But that's where I see myself. Our own, we already have the business, we just we want to make it corporation, if that makes sense.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all about to have your own freight line or Peterbilt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we want our own, and that way I can have help others too, and hire others who are, I know, that are good working people, are just having a hard time finding jobs, so I can, that'll give me the ability to help those people that I know that are hardworking, that I know for myself, and I can help them. So
absolutely. Absolutely. My next question for you is, do you have any talents?
honestly, I ask myself this all the time. I don't know what my talent is. I've been asking myself this for years, since little. What is my talent? People say my talent is cooking, but I feel like a talent is something you enjoy, and every day you wake up and that's what you want to do. That's, if you want to sing, you sing your butt off. You like, you know, I don't have that. Even when I'm cook, I'm like, oh, I gotta cook. I know I gotta cook. You know, but I don't know what my talent is.
Yes,
Really
ma'am.
don't know. I'm still trying to find that within myself.
Yes,
I just
ma'am.
don't know.
Is being a mother a talent?
Um, well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a talent. I would say it's more as a job, its own unpaid CEO job. Like, you the CEO of your home. So it's a job within itself. Do you love it? Every parent be like, "Oh, I love being a mother. I love," but you have those days to be like, "Man, only if I could have waited maybe a couple of years later." You every we're human, so we're gonna say things like that. It doesn't make you a bad mother, or saying that you should have waited to live your life first or whatever. I started having children real young, so yeah, those things. There are things that I wish I would have known before, so I can already have done. But that's a part of being human, and that's a part of living. I don't regret anything. I'm just aware. So now that, since I'm aware, I can teach my children my awareness of what life is supposed to go, and how life, I can help them make life a little bit more easier. That makes sense.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. My next question for you is, what advice do you have for the younger women coming up who are just finding out they're pregnant and they have to tell their parents?
Wow, we kind of wrote. I had a topic like this: teen pregnancy. You know what? To be honest, I mean, I have a saying. I don't never hate the sinner, hate the sin. You know, can't fault the sinner for the sin. I had my first child at 18. I was pregnant in school. Um, what do I have to say? Be Don't think of, for young mothers out there, don't 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 think of no one else but your child. No one else. Don't even think of the father. Because it just stresses you out. Think of God blessing you, and this child is here for a reason, and it is your job that he's giving you, and he's only testing you, not no one else around you but you, because he gave you that right to carry that child, um, to be the best that you can be. So your job is, and being a mother does not come, it's not easy. It doesn't come with a manual. You can't read on really and truly how to be a mother, what to do. That's just, it comes within. So if your focus is the child, then everything is going to go smoothly. That's your main focus. Don't focus on no one else but the child. And that's all it is to it. That's all you can do is just focus on you and your child, mainly the child.
Yes, ma'am. What advice do you have for the upcoming men who are just finding out they're fathers and they're scared to talk to their parents?
Um, it's all about being a man. I mean, we all did women things when we had a child, and the man did man things. So at that time, you were a man. At that time, you were a woman. So now that it's done, you have to be that person. You played it. Now it's given to you. So you got to walk those steps now. That's why they say don't play house unless you want to have a house and what comes in the house. So don't play house and think you can just run away from it. No, that's women and men. We just got to suck it up. I was kind of upset when I was, but at the end of the day, is you bringing in, you got to look at it as a miracle. Two people did something and made something beautiful. Life. You made life. It's not just easy to make life. It had to be some type of real passion in there to make life. So you made life. That is a magic trick, pretty much. You made life. So you just got to step up and do it.
Yes, ma'am. What advice do you have for the older generation of people? What to the what advice do you have to the older generation of parents who shame their children or look down upon their children whenever they find out they're pregnant or about to have a
Um,
child?
I don't. Well, I don't think. Okay, I used to substitute teach. Um, and it's crazy because I used to teach with teachers who were my teachers in school, so it's exciting to see that. And I would ask teachers, principals who taught me, I was like, what generation is worse? And they would say, now generation of elementary kids. And I could see why they say that because I remember in school, certain things we just couldn't do. We knew guidelines, we knew self control, we knew, I mean, bully, but it's a different type of bully, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
And I feel like nowadays, children, the parents are, how can I say this, hindering their children now because I have to look at it like, who are the parents now? And it's my generation. And I'm still growing and learning in a child as well. So it's like I'm just now getting out of school. Not really. We ain't gonna say I'm just now getting out of school. But it's like the younger adults now who are parents are letting certain things fly and slide that you knew for a fact couldn't fly or slide when you was a child or before then. And it's like, you used to saying who raised you, and it's literally who raised you because you can't let certain things fly. Like I hear, I'll get on Facebook or Instagram and I'll hear like one of the parents that I went to school with who was, saying, I'm my baby's lawyer. I tell her this child, my baby is in the office and he or she, I told him don't say nothing. I'm the lawyer. I'm the lawyer. So you allowing your child to act this way and mama's gonna have this child's back, is what you're saying, in other words. No, let me tell you what happened to me as a child. And people are so quick as well to say, you can't don't tell my child what to do. You come tell me. And I get that because you got to be careful with some people. I get that. I understand that. But I grew up, well, I was adopted and I had an old mother. Like the mother who raised me is 81 years old. So, I grew up old school. I grew up black Catholic old school. And we'll say Creole Catholic. And If you did something wrong, any neighbors was allowed to whoop you and then bring you home, and then you get another whooping. People are so quick to say, I feel like if any child is wrong, I should, as an adult, and that's what's wrong with our community too. You don't want an adult to correct your child within, and that's why children are getting away with so much, because even adults are like, well, that's not my child, I'm not going to say nothing. But as an adult, that's why you are an adult. You correct the situation right then and there. And I feel like that's where we lack as parents now, generations too, because we don't want strangers or anybody touching our kid, which I understand in certain ways, or telling our kid what to do. And it's like, well, they're never they're not going to know how to obey authorities, because those are adults and they are so used to saying, well, you can't tell me what to do because you're not my mom. And that's where we have in the African American culture and all this other stuff, where we have this conflict with kids and everyone not obeying authority when these are laws and you knew your parents rule. So it's the same. And I feel like we lack of communication and lack of responsibility towards adults. Like, we are not really being adults. We want to call ourselves adults, but we're not persuading, or we're not transforming or taking the steps properly to be that adult. But I mean, it is what it is.
Absolutely. Princess Cookie. My next two questions I'm gonna ask back to back because they go together. The
Okay.
first one is, what is your message to the younger generation of women who are 20 and under? And what is your message to the future generation of women who are 20 and older?
Um, we'll do it like this: 25 and younger, and then we'll do 26 and older.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, for my women who are 25 and younger, um, what can I say? And I'm gonna use this. You honestly, I see what I see a lot, and I see it in my family too. Don't Okay. How can I say this without anyone getting offended? Being Instagram famous, being a stripper, is fun for at that moment. Yes, you get looked at by certain people who have money, but honestly and truly, name one or two of those stripper famous Instagram models who are married and happily married and been married for years. You know, you have to play the game like the game is being played. If I say it like this, since I'm talking to the younger generation, like, it's okay to show a little body and it's okay to be sexy, but you have to still carry yourself in a sexy adult way to show people and to allow that next man to, yeah, like, yeah, I can show, I can show a little body, a little skin, but you still have to respect me. It's not okay, women, to allow your men, your dudes call you bees and hoes, and you just wrote, oh, that's just a, we don't look at it like that, but that's what it is. You might not look at it like that, but that's exactly what it is. Like, you can't, I could say, oh, look at that cat, and you could be like, oh, it's a kitten, but it's okay. But at the end of the day, it's still what it is. Regardless, if the duck is quacking or whatever it's the saying go, then it's a duck. If the duck quacking it, whatever it's called, so you have to carry yourself a certain way. Like, it's fun, yes, be pretty, be sexy, show. I like to show my body because I came so far from bringing my body, and it's still not where I want it, from having kids back to back and trying to get weight off, and but you don't see none of those women married. It's you're their trophy. Those rappers, whoever you want, you're their trophy for the moment. And once you tired of looking at that trophy, you'll put that trophy way in the back and bring out your new trophy and keep it shiny. And then that's exactly what they do. And I hate to spit, I hate to throw in, the truth, but that's exactly what it is. And our older women, um, that are 26 and older, um, I don't know really what I could say to our older women. Um, I would say maybe you feel me too. We feel like we're getting really old and dang, where am I at with my life? And where you exactly where you need to be and where God wants you to be. Now you can push yourself to make yourself go further in life. There's nothing wrong with that. But we have to look at because I regret being old. Every time I wake up, I'm like, oh my gosh, my back. Like I'm feeling everything. But you know, we have to with this younger generation and with us getting older, we our job is to correct and let the younger generation know, like, okay, we did that because we done that because we did. Like, I, it's not different. It's just a circle of life, and y'all hear this all the time, and people say this all the time. It's just nothing. Nothing is getting old. Everybody done that, did that. We all. So it's just a circle of life, but we have to allow the younger ones to grow up and but be like we were. Let we got to tell them, hey, this is what's gonna happen. This what could happen. We're just getting old, and we got to thank God that we get the privilege to become old. That's what we're supposed to do. So,
Absolutely. Princess Cookie, you speak of God a lot.
hmm
May I ask what's your three favorite Bible verses?
ooh, I don't. Okay, so I do speak of God a lot. A lot. I've been coming more spiritual versus religious. If and I can break that down.
I get what you're saying. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So um there's there's this thing. I don't know how to put it, but and it's my own belief, my own faith. I'm not telling anyone to follow me, join me. You have to do what's right for you and what makes you happy and what you believe in. And that's why God um he gave us that's where your faith came in, and he gave us freedom, he gave us a choice. Is he let us do our thing. He told us his rules, but there's certain things in the Bible which everyone is I get confused on, and I'm not understanding. And I have my questions, I have my beliefs, and I have my religion where I grew up, Catholic, and there's things in there, even in the Catholic religion, I just things I don't agree with. So I became more spiritual than religion. I think religion is just something else that people can put a name on and try to control people with. So, which is what it is. So I'm more spiritual. If I had three Bible verses, I like, of course, Jesus wept. Why did Jesus weep? I love all of that. He may not come when you want him to. It's a Bible verse. Another thing is, um, who is I can't even say it. Cast the first stone or judge me not. I stopped reading my Bible. I do sometimes when I feel the need to. Um, I read it, but certain things I kind of start getting confused. But one thing I realize and I'm taking in and I learned, and that's why I did recently start picking up my Bible reading. You can't, when you read the Bible, and I think this is where people get their religion and stuff mixed up as well. When you open up the Bible, we already know, okay, it starts off with Genesis, the first. So we already have stuff. You cannot open up the Bible and read it with things already that you know. You have to be closed minded and act like you don't know nothing. because then that's when you start judging and thinking too hard and why this and questioning it. If you just go in with an open mind, it's going to come to you the way it's supposed to come to you. And that's where, with the religion and everything, what scripture I read, you might not interpret it like that. But it's not for me to force you and tell you this is what it said and this is what it meant, because you might not get that. It might then hit you the way it hit me. And when I go to different churches, I see like they tell you this is what it means. It is. And I'm like, well, that's not what I get out of it. And I don't like that. And that's why I say when you read the Bible, you got to have an open mind, and however you read it, and whatever way it speaks to you is what you go with, because God might speak to me in a different way, in a different form, in a different meaning, but it's saying the same thing, but it's coming as a different way. And then he might speak that same talk to you and let you know, but it's a whole nother different type of meaning. And so it's not for me to say, no, this is what it is, this is what he meant, this is what it's saying at all. It's just whatever you feel like this is how God is talking to me, this is how he's talking to me. So
Absolutely. Can't nobody tell you how you feel. Like, don't nobody know what's going on through your head. I understand.
and that's between me and God.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Hmm.
Miss Princess, Miss Princess Cookie.
Hmm.
Um, my next question for you is, what would you like to tell your children, husband, and your future self 20 years from now?
we have we have came a long, long, long way. It has been a journey, and I'm enjoying this achievement, this journey with you all. I wouldn't have it no other way. I know that my boys, you are strong, kind, loving, and you are a man. You are a man now, because I know how I'm raising you, and I'm raising y'all to be that man, to make a woman happy, in your family and your children happy. So it's been a long, strong journey, but we achieved it. And it's just the way God wanted it to be. That's it. Love you. I love you all.
Yes, ma'am. Are there any shout outs that you would like to make to your friends or to your family?
Um, I would like to shout out my friends, my family, um, everyone, everyone who rocks with me. And if you don't rock with me, I shout out you as well, because you know what? People like you is what kept me going. I can achieve things. If I don't have haters, if I don't have lovers, if I don't have anything, where would I be? Where would I go? So um I love you all, friends, my close friends, my cousins, my family, my mom, my sisters, my brothers. I love everyone. I'm doing this for us, my in-laws, my ex-laws, whoever, um, my ex-lovers, my ex-lovers' lovers. You know, I love everyone. I want all. I mean, it's so much money, many ways everyone can achieve. We can do it, especially as a community, especially as a community of humans. The race of human race. Everyone can make it. Everyone can be successful. We can see someone down. We have the ability to get that person up. All of us. That's what God has us here for, to help each other. You know. Now, can I give you my all? No, I don't have all to give, but I can give you what I can. And that's just it.
Absolutely. My next question for you is, what did your parents teach you as a child that you were trying to teach your children now?
Be loving and kind. Religion was first in my family. Religion came before any and everything, even school. But my mom, my mom taught me to be loving, to be kind, and to give. If you have the means to give, give. Help who needs the help, give them the help. You never know if that's just God testing you. We have a loving God, but we have a sneaky God, and He does things just to see where our mind is at. You know, He tests us daily. Believe it or not, He tests us daily. So, you know, like I said, I had children earlier. I already got sins built on sins, so I'm trying to have God mark some of that off. Get a little check. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna do whatever I can to, because once I leave, I want to have a peaceful afterlife. If even if heaven or hell is not real, wherever we go from here, I want to make sure I left a legacy of helping and loving, and you know even if God say no, I can't go up there, I gotta wait, I'm gonna wait. But I still want him to know I tried. I tried.
Absolutely. Um, my next question for you is, what type of content do you create on your social medias?
Wow. Like I said, I go with the flow. Whatever is popping and whatever everyone is doing at that moment, I'm doing it. I'm showing family, I'm showing my children, I'm showing whatever it is that needs to be shown. I feel like, let me let me do it too. Let me see. Now I'm not gonna do everything everybody do, but I do the norm.
Yes, ma'am. Um, what would you like people to know about you before they go to your social medias?
Uh, judge me not. Don't judge a book by a cover. Don't judge it. No, get to know me first before you cast the first stone.
Absolutely. How do you feel women are represented in the world?
Um, excuse me. Oh wow, that's a good one. I feel like honestly, I feel like there's different ways women are represented. Women can be represented very strong, independent. We see a lot of that now. We see a lot of independent mothers doing it on their own, taking, not letting a man, take care of them. And, it's all fun and dandy. But also, we see a lot of women taking care of the man as well. And that's not cool to me because at the end of the day, I feel like you're you're hindering that man. He'll never become that man that you really want him to be if you're being the man. So I feel like a lot of women, we need to still be the woman. It's good to be independent. It's good to do what you gotta do and do what you need to do to get what you want. But we still have to allow our men, especially our black men, because they're looked down, society frown and look down on our black men nowadays. So we have to stand behind and uplift them. Now, am I saying take care of them? No, but it's okay to stand behind your man and you can help guide him. But him standing behind you and following behind you, no, if you get what I mean.
Absolutely. My next question for you is, what needs to be changed for women to have more power?
Um, we are not we are not just our body. We can offer so much more than just our body. And like I said, it's okay to show your body. It's okay to let a man see, huh, this is the body of the Lord and it's a temple, but I can let you in if I give you the ticket. It's okay to be sexy. It's okay to be sexy. But we women, it's so much more we have to learn to offer than just our body. We can. We are women, we have the knowledge. We are women for a reason. We can make any man go off of our command, but there's ways you have to do it. There's God that a man weakness is a woman. I don't care what dude. I'm not talking about no little boys. I'm talking about a man weakness is a woman, not no little girl, not whatever these little boys want to call you. A man's weakness is a woman. Okay. So, as a woman, I can give the commands, but I have to do those commands, and there are rules to those commands for that man to put me first. If you get what I'm saying. Again, a man, we women, we know how to use our body. We know mind control. We know I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna be honest. Let me move this because I'm gonna be real. Women, we are very, very, very sneaky. And it's the truth. You can sit there and say, no, no, no. Yes, we are very sneaky. We know how to use, we can mind control a man. We could get what we want. We can do all types of things. Man can't do that. So women have the power and the right to take over the world. We can do that, but we let our emotions and all kinds of other things that interfere with us from being this king, because women can be the king. Now you still got to let that man be the king, but you as a queen can take that throne and sit rex, because we can give the commands. If you know what I'm saying, I could tell my king, hey babe, I don't know about that one, let's try this one. And he's gonna be like, woman, you never told me nothing wrong. I'm going to listen to my wife. I'm going to listen to my queen, because my queen has it here. But, I feel like women, we just, as long as we feel like we getting gold, as long as we're getting money, that man can do whatever he wants. And that's where we lack at. We allow them to talk, and as long as he paying my bills, as long as he's giving me money, it's all good. But it's not, and it's not. So that's where we lack as women today. We not we not really united.
Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, do you believe police brutality is real or do you think it's made up?
Um, Police brutality is most definitely real, but you have to realize there's there's laws, and everywhere you go is rules and laws. Now, police, we see it all the time. We see rules broken. But if if I know that I'm a target, I'm not going to trigger the target. I'm not going to do things to put a bullseye on me, if that makes sense. So, say, and this has happened to me. I've got pulled over, and it was a rough day for me. It was raining. It was one of them nasty days. I had on sweats just a big old over a hoodie, didn't match, flip flops with socks on, and a bonnet over my head. So I looked what you could say ratchet. And I was driving, trying to get to my birth mother's home. And I had to drop something off, and it was early. So, I didn't really get ready. I was like, I'm just going to drop this off to her because I'm already late, and I'm come home and get dressed like I always do. And I got pulled over, and the lady asked for my ID, my driver's license, and all that stuff. And I was like, why did I get pulled over? Because you forgot to state that. And she said, well, you didn't look like you was from the neighborhood. I didn't know if you was lost or something. I said, excuse me? What do you mean I don't look like I'm from the neighborhood? You're right. This is not where I'm from. From somewhere better than this. Don't ever knock me. Um, which I'm really not, but you got to be smart. be a smart mouth sometimes. But I complied. Like it's certain things you have to comply with. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and trigger with the person who has the right to really destroy my life and run one wrong move. I can be gone for my children. I'm not gonna do certain things to allow myself to be put in that predicament. Now, if I get put in that predicament, I'm doing all the steps and the right things, and something still happens to me. That's why we have phone record. So when you feel like something might happen, you press record and do whatever you got to do. Now, if something happened to me and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and I'm gone, you gonna pay my family, and you're gonna pay my family for the rest of their lives. You're gonna pay my family, but I'm not gonna be gone and not leave nothing for them and leave my kids or family without. I'm gonna be smart. If you take me and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, you gonna pay me. You gonna pay my family. So it's a difference, you know. And I feel like the brutality, you can't. Come on now, you can't pick, cuss, and think somebody ain't gonna be like, well, who you talking to, and want to square up. That's in you. That's our human instinct. If someone talk to me first and be like, excuse me, who are you talking to? I'm gonna ask you. And then you keep getting rowdy, I'm gonna get rowdy. Then we gonna, So I'm not gonna do that. Now, if he let me go and I know I was wrongly accused or wrongly profiled, I'm still gonna try to get a lawsuit in some type of way. But I'm going to live to get my lawsuit going, you know? Because, when you come on now, it's certain things. So, yes, there is a lot of police brutality out there, a lot of police, bad cop, bad people, good people. We're human. But I'm going to do the right steps. We're going to be smart. Let's be smart about the situation. Okay, then you wrongly profile me. Okay, write me my ticket, and I'm gonna take it to court, and I'm gonna have my recordings. I'm gonna have my evidence. And when I get it dismissed, I'm gonna take you to small claims court and give me a little chump change up out there too. You just gotta be smart.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
if it was the other way around, they'll do it to you. Play the game like the game is supposed to be played.
Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, can you send a positive message to our brothers? No, I'm gonna ask that later. What I'm gonna ask now is, can you send a positive message to the negative law enforcement and encourage them to treat us better? I know it's a lot. Everybody knows it's a lot of good cops, but whenever it's bad cops around, they just overtake the good cops. So with that being said, can you send something positive to the negative police and try to change their mind?
Um, it's hard. That's pretty a hard question to answer because if that person woke up and was like, you know what, I want to start some drama today. You can't prevent that. All you can do is prevent to provoke anyone. Um, the job in the oath people take is hard to say. Well, they took an oath. They took, they were sworn in, or whatever. You got to look at it like this. Yes, these people are sworn in, but we take vows, and married people still cheat. Married people still do other things. So again, like for the cops that are out there, if you're not gonna, you're eventually gonna slip up. God's gonna make it a way for you to slip up, and all I can say is you're gonna reap what you sow. You're gonna reap what you sow for all the wrong accusing, for all the mistakes, for all the abuse, for all the brutality, for everything you have done. You're gonna get it one way. As humans, you might not get it today or tomorrow, but we have a higher purpose for a reason. We were here and brought on this earth for a reason. And our higher purpose is going to take care of everything that needs to be taken care of. So that's what I got to say about the brutality and the negative police officer. It's gonna come.
Absolutely. Um, all right, so now, Princess Cookie, can you please send a positive message to our brothers and to our sisters on coming together?
Um, you know, again, it sucks because we could send messages to our community, and everyone could send messages to our community and do what we have, help our community, but it's our community has to want it. And I'm saying as individuals. I mean, it's been years of this. It's been years. I'm tired of looking at this from growing up, and here I am about to be 30. I'm tired of it. So I break it down like this. And I say this a lot: play the game as like you want the game to be played. Play the game right. I'm not about to sell drugs in our community to hurt our community. I'm gonna take that somewhere else. But you better yet, I'm not gonna sell it at all because guess what? It's put in our community because they know we're gonna get caught and we're stupid and we're so quick to get the quick money and the fast money. We want it here, we want it now, we want it right away. They know that's what we want, and that's our mind frame because they know we don't want no $9 because the $9 not gonna pay an hour. It's not gonna pay this fancy car. It's not gonna pay the lights. It's not. So they know what to do to trigger us, to make us do what we got to do to survive. Why you think they won't legalize certain things? Because they know we will be on top if those things were legalized. They know the hustle that is built in the African American culture. They know we got that hustle in us. They know they can't break us from that hustle. But I'm going to hustle the right way. I'm going to hustle the real way. I'm going to follow your laws, but I'm going to let you know your laws can't break me. So, what I mean is, I'm not going to sell the drugs that they put into my community, that they put purposely into my community. Why do you think there is, back then they were called the poor man drugs and the rich white man drugs? Poor man drugs was the crack that they created to put in the poor community. And why do you, until Obama fixed this a couple of years ago, you get more of a sentence from having crack on you and selling crack than you will with cocaine, which costs more. You want to know why? Because they know that the black community is going to buy the crack before they buy the cocaine, and the crack sells cheaper and you get more money off. So yes, they're going to sentence the crack people who do the crack and sell the crack. You have a higher sentence. Is that right? No, but it's the game that they play and we fall for it. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to play their game. I'm going to play the game my way. So if I have to do music to make my millions, I'm going to do music, but I'm going to let people know that you don't. And it's so crazy that our society loves the drugs, loves the, we lift, we up, we encourage that. We love to, if he talking crazy, we gonna pull a bullet in his head. But yet officers and all this stuff, everybody else, that judge talk crazy to you, I dare you do something to him. It's about the respect. You don't respect your own community that help uplift you. And that's just that's where we lack the understanding. I'm gonna school is taking a while. If I have to work that 9 to 5, I'm gonna work that 9 to 5 and I'm gonna live. You know how to live broke. It's built in us. We can make a way without having things. We just look at the glory and look at those things like I gotta have it. I need that quick way. But we don't have to have that. I remember one day me and my husband first got our apartment. We was still in high school. We was getting evicted. My parents didn't want to give us no money. The judge was like, why why y'all here? We was like, yes, and all this other stuff. We had to come up with that money and it was a struggle. I said, but and I told the judge, it was like, well, I was like, but we were giving them money. We just wasn't giving them all of it because we had other things to pay for. And he was like, well, how are you going to be able to survive if you don't have a place to live? I was like, well, that's what I was paying for because I was paying for my little unit. But I don't have to have lights as long as I got candles. I know as long as the water is running, I'm good. I can survive back in the day. As long as it's running water, I'm good. Because I can find other ways to survive. I just got to have water. We can't live, I don't care what it is. We cannot live without water. I can't live without water because I need to clean myself and drink. But I can as long as I got nighttime we going to bed. As long as them candles is working, I can we're brought up on this. I don't have to have the finest bed. Me and him, we came a long way, but people gotta live. It's all nice on TV. Yes, we all want it. I want it. But I'm gonna get it the right way. So I'm going to work my 9 to 5 and I'm going to do a legal hustle. So if I got to sell bundles, if I got to do nails, if I got to cut grass, if I got to wash cars on weekends or days that I'm off, I'm going to find a legal hustle. Because once they got you in the system, they got us. And that's all it is to it. Once you're in that system, you're in there for good. Fingerprint. They know exactly who you are now, and that's how they get us. So that's about our community. Got to play the game.
Yes, ma'am. Um, how do you feel Black women are represented in the world?
We're represented as, you know, no one wants to admit this, but everyone, regardless of what you say, I forgot what was the woman who, for the longest, lied about being black. What was her name? I don't remember her name. But for years, she identified herself as black. Everybody was uptight and tight about that. I feel like I'm the only one who wasn't because guess what? She's doing what everybody else was doing. She just finally said it. Hey, I wear my hair in braids. Hey, I like to tan. Hey, I want big lips and a big butt and thighs. Hey, I want big boobs. I want this. I want darker skin. I want to look like this. And she was like, you know what? Since I want to look like this, I might as well say this is what I am. Since I agree and love this culture so much, I'm gonna identify myself with this culture because this is where I see myself. Now we have other people who take what we do, but don't want to come with the, that she was like, you know what? I'm gonna identify myself. I'm not this, but I'm gonna identify, and I'm gonna get all the backlash. Hey, you want to take me, a black woman, to jail? Well, I'm a black woman. I identify myself. Take me too. She was gonna stand. People don't look at it. They look at it negatively. I feel like I'm the only one who looked at it positive because she the only one was like, okay, like they're saying, everybody wants to be black until it's time to be black. She wanted to be black, and when the time was to be black, guess what? She was black. So I didn't have a problem with that. I feel like everybody had the problem. I feel like we as black women, like they keep your head up, honey. Your dark skin, your fair skin, everything about you, we're naturally built in us. It's And now the kids might take some of our body figure away, but it's naturally. They have to. Everyone has to. And I'm not saying I'm not going against any other different type of culture or anything. I am saying like be proud of who you are. We all have to. I'm have every type of culture in me, but at the end of the day, I stand behind my black culture.
We stand
I'm gonna
behind you
stand
too,
behind.
girl. We stand. It don't matter.
I stand behind my black culture,
For
and
real.
we as women, we not about just sex. That's how people look at us. Sex, sex, sex. We're not. We can bring so much more to the table, but you got to have the table already made to sit at it before you can bring anything else to it.
Yes, ma'am. Princess Cookie. My last question for you is, what is your message to the black women of the world?
I mean, I think I was saying, I just said it too. We have to
That's
so
it. Yes,
much,
ma'am.
it's so much we not just about sex. It's
Absolutely.
not about busting it wide. It's not about who baby daddy is who. Is we don't we That's not us. When we were in Africa, and I'm not saying oh we need to go back to Africa because we're here and this is where we're supposed to be. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't where we're supposed to be. Wherever you at now in life is where you're supposed to be. So, but then again, we were queens. We were idols. We are European queens. We carried our way and stood behind our men and took care. We were queens. Be the queen. My name is Princess for a reason. People are like, okay, well, you need to be a queen now. No, I'm Princess because I'm still learning, and I'm gonna always be Princess because that's what was given to me. So, but we're queens. We're royalty. Is royalty is built in our blood. Act like it. People take from us all the time. I always keep my royal blood in me. People's like, why you act like you always keep your head up and you act like you just your stuff don't stink because it don't stink in my world. It don't. And it ain't. It's not. So what I believe and what keeps me going, I'm gonna keep going. And that's what it is.
Yes, ma'am. Princess Cookie. I appreciate you coming on my show. Is there anything that I didn't ask you or that we didn't talk about that you would like to say?
No, I think we talked enough. I think I talked y'all head off. I get the rolling and going and it is what it is.
Yes, ma'am. Once again, Princess Cookie, I appreciate you coming and thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You have a blessed day.
Yes, ma'am.